Hi guys, Mons here. On this episode of Bolly Mons, we're going to be looking at the Premier League Game Week 32, preview prediction, and of course, my risky pick alert. Just before I get started, if you haven't subscribed to my channel so far, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you're already subscribed, I do appreciate all the support. So, let me just get started here. So, my risky pick alert record in the Premier League is now 18 and 13. The last game week, which was over, I think, 3 weeks ago now, I had Brighton to beat Liverpool, and that came up. So, overall in the Premier League, I'm looking fantastically well. 18 wins, and 13 losses so far. So I'm up by 5 weeks, in my opinion, according to the stats here. So let me just get started here. So obviously, the way I do my prediction is I give the list of my fixtures, I give my picks, and I give my rationale behind it. So the fixture list goes as follows. We start on a Friday night, this game week, all the way to a Monday when Manchester United play. So West Ham versus Wolves, I'm going for West Ham winning this one. Arsenal versus Bournemouth, I'm going for Arsenal winning this one. Brentford versus Everton, I'm going for an Everton winning this one. Burnley versus Brighton, I'm going for a Brighton winning this one. Risky pick alert. My risky pick alert for this week is for Fulham to beat Liverpool. Crystal Palace versus Newcastle, I'm going for Newcastle in this one. Nottingham Forest versus Aston Villa, I'm going for Nottingham Forest in this one. Sunderland versus Spurs, I'm going for Spurs in this one. Chelsea versus Manchester City, I'm going for Manchester City in this one. And Man United versus Leeds, I'm going for Manchester United in this one. So, let me just give my rationale behind my pick. So, West Ham versus Wolves. This is the Friday night game. Picking West Ham on this one because Wolves are pretty much down. I'm picking West Ham in this one to beat Wolves. Wolves are pretty much down. However, West Ham need the win. They need to get themselves out of the relegation zone. It's going to be a very, very tight next couple of weeks for the teams that are relegation threatened, like West Ham, Nottingham Forest, and Leeds as well. So I'm picking West Ham to win this one. Can Mr. West Ham Jarrod Bowen produce again? He's been absolutely fantastic the last couple of weeks. If you see West Ham score, more than likely, it's either Jarrod Bowen scoring or Jarrod Bowen getting an assist or playing an influential part in the goal for me. He's been fantastic for me. What a player. If Nuno somehow managed to get West Ham out of this relegation battle, it's going to be one of his finest achievements, in my opinion. Arsenal versus Bournemouth. Bournemouth been fantastic at this season. They're the draw specialists. They've drawn the last couple of games as well. Most of the last couple of games. And Arsenal, their focus. They had a good win in Europe. It was so boring. It was Arsenal fans surely cannot enjoy this. But however, like I said, Mikel Arteta is not going to care how he plays as long as he gets the finish line. That the Premier League is a big one for them this year. And the top of the league, I think they're going to have a very comfortable win against Bournemouth in this one. And 7 games left. Don't blow it, Arsenal. As Steven Gerrard would say, don't fucking slip. So yeah, I remember what happened when he said that. Burnley versus Brighton. I'm gonna go for a Brighton win in this one. For me, Burnley pretty much down as well. I think Brighton are gonna go to Turf Moor, and I think they're gonna get a victory in this one. And Brighton have given a good run lately. They've won the 4 of the last 5 games. Brentford versus Everton. I'm picking Everton this one. Everton are the 4th best away team so in this season. They've been fantastic. They've been fantastic away Everton. They're the 4th best away team in this season. Everton. They've been very, very good away this season. For me, unfortunately, I want to pick Brentford because everyone knows how big a fan I am of Keita Andrews. Keita, my guy. But I'm picking Everton in this one. Risky pick alert. My risky pick alert for this week is for Fulham to beat Liverpool. I think Liverpool heads are going to be gone. They had a terrible, terrible loss to PSG. Saying that, there's only 2-0, they're still in the game, but they got absolutely outclassed in every aspect of the pitch, every aspect of the match as well. So I think their focus is going to be on the second leg at Anfield, which is still very doable. And I think Fulham, well rested, I think they're going to come out firing. I think Fulham attack is going to be too much for Liverpool. Liverpool can defend to save their life this season. So I think they're going to get a couple of goals against Liverpool. It's going to be a very open game, but I think Fulham are eventually going to run out winners in this one, in my opinion. Crystal Palace versus Newcastle. Palace are going to be fatigued from being in Europe on a Thursday night, simply because they don't have a big enough squad. And Newcastle are going to be well rested. They're out of Europe now. I think Eddie Howe's men are going to finish the season strong, in my opinion. I'm going for Newcastle winning this one. So the next game we're looking at is Nottingham Forest versus Aston Villa. Both teams are going to be in Europe. And obviously, it's going to be a very, very sticky next couple of weeks for the teams that are threatening relegation, like Nottingham Forest, Spurs, West Ham, and obviously Leeds have been dragged back into it as well. For me, I think Nottingham Forest is going to be Villa. Both teams are going to be in Europe. They're going to be sluggish, but I think this game is going to come down to individual brilliance. Who can perform better? Is it going to be my guy Morgan Rogers, or is it going to be my guy Morgan Gibbs White? It's a tale of the two Morgans for this game. So whoever performs better, Morgan Rogers or Morgan Gibbs White, I think that's going to be the winner of the game, in my opinion. The next game we're going to look at is going to be Sunderland versus Spurs. Sunderland versus Spurs. I'm picking Spurs to win this one simply because I think Roberto De Zerbi, De Zerbi is going to have. I think De Zerbi had plenty of time to work with the players over the international break. It's been a long break. I think Spurs are going to win this game. It's going to be the first win in a very, very long time in the league. Roberto De Zerbi, I think, is going to get a job, and I think he's going to steer Spurs away from relegation. He's the type of manager that's crazy enough to get to those players, and they're going to respect him, in my opinion. So I think this is going to be a Spurs win, unfortunately for Sunderland. Chelsea versus City. I'm picking City to beat Chelsea in this one. I don't trust Chelsea whatsoever. I think is the league gone for Pep? I think so. I don't think Pep can make it up for the amount of points they're behind. But look, don't give up. I think City are going to beat Chelsea in this one. It's going to be an entertaining game. And the last and the best game of the week is my team, Manchester United versus Leeds. Manchester United versus. I want to see how we're going to respond after the long break we've had. Are the players going to feel refreshed? Can Chef Carrick cook up something for Leeds? Because Leeds are going to come. They're not going to be scared. Leeds are going to set up in a nice blocks of, I think, 3-5-2, whatever way they're going to play. And I think they're going to try. I think they're going to score. But I feel like Manchester United are going to run out eventual winners. If we don't win this game, honestly, I'm not going to be very pleased with Michael Carrick. So Michael Carrick, please cook again. Keep Chef Carrick, keep cooking. And I think Manchester United are going to beat Leeds in this one. And hopefully we send them down as well. Obviously, you know the history between Leeds and Manchester United. That's pretty much it. I do appreciate all the support. If you reached the end of my video, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much. Peace out.